Overwhelmed, but happy, excited. So much love. Very happy, very happy.
Let's get to know you. Who's Thandeka? Where are you from? And how did you find yourself? Lapha go Big Brother Mzansi season 6.
Thandeka Shabalala, Ntombazane, yes, they take Winnie. But I've also lived in Harrismith. My grandparents were over there. And then I moved to Europe. You know, I'm a girl who's always loved challenging myself. Moved there, no language, no nothing. It was hard. Came back 3 months, and then I went back again.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to demonstrate that in life you can do anything, a great pivot at any age. And I, first of all, started off doing this most importantly for my brother and my sister, but also representing the fact that I want to tell people who are younger to stop thinking that they have to do the same thing for the rest of their lives. So, yeah, I've done great things, enjoyed my 20s, educated myself, and now I'm here. I'm ready to give to Mzansi for all of that collection and plethora of knowledge.
Thandeka, you made it all the way to the final 2. How does it feel knowing Mzansi was behind you that much?
I am feeling so grateful. I've always had a strong personality. At some point in my life, I thought, when I was younger, I thought it was a bad thing. But then I started to embrace it, and I'm glad that I embraced it. And people have shown me so much love. People have shown me that they sat back, they actually took time to know me. And I'm not an easy pill to swallow. I do understand that.
Yeah.
Right? Don't get me wrong. But they sat back, they listened, and they have been with me all the way. And there were times where I wanted to get out. There's a lot of pressure in there from day one. I'm not going to lie to you. I fought every day, but the more I fought, the more I stayed. I stood most of the time. And I was like, wow, you know, people are behind me and I can't quit. I can't quit on them. They're giving me so much love. They're giving me so much understanding. And these people who are with me are thinkers. I like to say that. And I'm just incredibly grateful for everything and I love them.
What was the biggest lesson you've learned about yourself inside the biggest house?
Biggest lesson is definitely I'm very hyper independent. Surrendering complete control. Not getting to do something. I always said if you want something done, do it yourself. But the ability to be able to rely on other people and let them take care of me. I'm always taking care of myself, taking care of other people, putting myself last. And this time around, I was in there and I was given, I always referred to Big Brother as kind of like a father, which is crazy. But it was just nice to just sit back and allow somebody else to have my back. So that is a great lesson to be learned in there. And also, I'm a person who, you have to learn to take care of problems differently. I'm a person who normally just detaches myself and it's not worth my time and I keep moving. First time I've ever had to argue like that, to be honest with you. So it's a great adjustment, but I've learned to face my problems head on and not just shove them to the side. Yes, that's normally the way that we work, but I was like, wow, Thandeka, you can really take on the house. You know, majority of the people were not rallying behind me. They were against me. But I said every single day, Imbogoto is rising. You're not going to make me water things down. So I learned that I am powerful. I learned that I can stand and I continue to stand on my own. And that's why I'm here. And I want to give that teaching to everybody. Stand up for yourself. Don't ever let anybody else drown you. You are you. You know your past. You know what you've taken from the past, what you've left. So continue to be you. Don't let anybody tell you who you are.
Spoke like a Trumbo. Do you have any moment in the house, would you say, defined your journey the most?
I would say that. I think it defined my journey. When you have in a space where there's no television, there's nothing, you can't take walks, there's no privacy, and you are angry, but you can't do anything about it. I've never been also a person to combat with fists and everything. That's not right? We learned that at the age of 14. I think my last fight was definitely at the age of 13. But you learn that that is not the way to resolve your issues.
Yeah.
And I've had to be vulnerable. I've had to let people see me cry because I'm angry. I've also had to let people see me cry because I am sad. And that is something we're able to do at home, and we're able to control the narrative by the time we tell our friends and family or anybody out there. In there, it is raw. You don't get to control anything. People take it the way that they want to take it, but it's up to you to say, this is how I feel. And if you don't understand that, as I said, people meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. It's time for you to think. You can't tell people that they are crybabies and all of that. You're human. You have emotions, and people do not understand. Big Brother is actually real, guys. I promise you, it is real. Nothing is scripted. It's all raw, and things are just happening. And the fact that one thing that I'm really happy that I did was to also detangle internalized misogyny, where as women we feel the pressure to always look good. I questioned myself and I said, why? And to have embraced that in the house and have been misunderstood also for that. As a woman, you do not have to fix yourself up every single day. You can prioritize your mental sanity. You can find more simple ways to get ready and just be yourself and let people think what they want to think. So I'm happy to have represented that. And now that I'm out, people are going to see a version of me that is more obviously put together because they're not following me around all the time. So in there, you got to see me depressed. You got to see me happy. You got to see me when I couldn't get up. You got to see me rise. You got to see me in all moments of life. So, yeah.
Wow. Thandeka, you were probably one of the most talked about housemates this season. One of the moments that trended online was the kitchen hygiene controversy, where housemates criticized how you washed your face in the sink. So watching it back now, do you understand why maybe housemates reacted in that way they did?
Some housemates took it out of context because there's one particular housemate. First of all, let me start here. I had went into the diary room and actually asked Big Brother for a pot, right? And Big Brother obviously did not give me one for whatever the reason. He also does trust us to resolve our own issues. So I've got to do what I need to do. I'm a solution finder. And second of all, my face would be washed in the bathroom first. But it is a long way to keep running. I think I did that the first day and I said, this is taking too long. So I decided to do it right there and then. We are cultured differently, obviously. People have videos where I never washed a wig, just for context, in the sink or anything. It was about the face. But people do. People have washed their face coming from outside the garden, etc. And also living in a house where people do not wash their hands when they go to the bathroom. Come on now. And Jeff said that's just crazy to me. So I don't even understand it. However, that's how the process actually went. And all I wanted was vapor, right? So there's a housemate that I told you about, which was Udu. That was like, I need to steam my face. You can't steam your face. But once you realize that all I'm doing is just taking in the vapor, same way if you open a pot of rice and you're about to drain it and the vapor into your face, that's all it was. It wasn't me covering my head over that, right? So again, I never washed my face on top of clean dishes. I want people to understand that, right? I saw that video. I actually went to look at it. Those were the dirty dishes that were supposed to be washed again. So again, people have a right to think what they want to think. I can't keep explaining the same thing I've been explaining. So they have a right to think what they think. I did what I did, and I stand by it till the very last day. That's why I kept doing it. So it was hygienic. Nobody got sick because of it. And I wouldn't have done it if it risked anybody's health. So, yes.
Another thing most people want to know about is your relationship with Mele. Was it real? If it was, do you think being with Mele helped or distracted your game?
Mele and I were very real. Mele was his own person. I've always told him that I'm a dominant woman. I've told him that I do not need him to fight my battles, and he never did. In fact, whenever he tried to remove me from arguments, I would actually have a fight with him, right? But after, because I'll get done with whatever the argument I'm doing, whatever the problem that I'm dealing with. So I've always also told him, Mele, do not come into my business. I will handle it. And Mele was his own person. Whenever Mele and Thandeka, and now we've become, there's like an enmeshment that never happened at all. So Mele was his own person, I'm my own person, and yes, we are very, very real. We are still together. We cannot wait to reconnect, possibly maybe today.
I would.
Believe it or not. Yes, and he sent me a beautiful letter and flowers, and I deeply missed him. in there. And no, he can't distract my game because there was never a strategy, guys. I was just myself. You adapt. I've been in an unfamiliar environment before. So being locked in with South Africans, when I've been locked in a country, even in COVID, I spent COVID isolated alone in Europe. I think people don't understand that. And I went there without language in the beginning. So I've learned to sit alone. And I think people understood also when Mele left, I spent a lot of time alone because I am that person. It does not bother me to stay alone. You have to learn to sit back, calm the noise. In fact, I found the noise to be quite overstimulating at times. So in all essence, at the end of the day, is people need to understand that we live real lives. And some of the people we are not going to get away with because I got a glimpse of who they are, and they're still those people, even outside. And sadly, because for me, it's just disappointing because it's people that I would have loved to work with. They would have been like really amazing. I don't know whether there's going to be any reconciliation. I highly doubt it because people need to learn to separate. If you are manufacturing chaos, which is something that happens in the house, because people have nothing else to do. You have to understand that there's no TV, there's no distraction, there's no going anywhere. So, yes, I don't really blame them, but some of them was just blown out of proportion and vile things happened in there. And at some moments, there were moments where we felt unsafe. So, because of other housemates. So, it is a difficult thing to accept. But sometimes you just need to keep moving. If a person, I've always said that people are like flowers. Some flowers do not smell that great to other people. Some flowers that smell amazing, people are allergic to. Understand that you are that. But the bees and the insects and the humans that love you and still want to bring you into their home, they will do that. They'll pick that flower. It does not have to smell good, right? But to them, it smells good. To them, they have a knowledge of that flower. They'll tell you what it signifies to them. So human beings are the same way. Do not feel that you need to be understood all the time. It is overrated. It is the most overrated thing. And you need to accept that people have a right to think what they want to think, and you do the same. And you keep that. That is why I was never in anybody else's argument and stopping people. The only time I ever stopped anybody was when they were about to get disqualified. It disqualification is one night, because it's not fair game. I want you in there. I want to see you because I'm competitive. Even now, I'll tell you one thing. They may say what you want to say. In 3 months, put a little less than 3 months, I was 29%. And a person with 3 years, 33%. So I gave a run for the money, as it should be. Good thing.
Thandeka,
yeah. It is what it is. And
Thandeka.
Yes, she won. And it's great. And I love it for her. Yes.
Yeah. We need to rush to news headlines. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation.
Okay, thank you very much.
Community radio station.
Imindeni yabongazimbi bavaleleke emgodini welilimayini eMpumalanga baveze ukuphoqeka kakhulukazi ehlangothini likahulumende. Isekela likamongameli lilandule zonke insolo asolwe ngazo kukomitshini kaMadlanga. Lezi nezikhabonge awalethoba.
Nakabala sithokozile ku Precious Banyoni uyabuya nezinye indaba zephasi zeiri nofana kithi zelimu lesindebele kwanje sarakela phambili nawo lapha ke ama housemates wokugcina the final 2 lapha ke ku Big Brother Mzansi season 6. Thandeka, as we wrap up if Big Brother gave you another chance to play the game, would you do it?
I would say that it's morbid.
Yeah.
To say that you would do it again. Yes. I think I might, but also it would depend on what it is that I'm doing at that current moment. And if I am going into the house, what is it that I am wanting to achieve as well? Because I'm a person for growth all the time. And it is definitely something that you can do, to be in there with other people. People are books, and they are always worth reading. So it'll be a difficult, obviously, opportunity to pass by because of that reason. I do value human beings. And that's the reason why we do it. It's morbid because there's high pressure in there, and as I told you that I've always wanted to leave, but yeah, it depends on where I would be in life. But yes, it's just the morbid self that would do it. The other self says absolutely not. So yeah.
No.
Yeah, things existing at the same time. Yes.
Now we move on to Liema. Hi, Liema.
Hello.
First of all, congratulations on winning Big Brother Mzansi Season 6. How does it feel now that everything has finally sunk in? You are the winner of this season.
Thank you so much for the congratulations. I feel very, very grateful, deserving. I feel ecstatic. I haven't, it hasn't sunk in actually. Nothing's sunk in yet. Yeah. Thank you.
Liema, what was your most challenging moment for you in the Big Brother house?
Yeah. I had so many ups and downs in that house. Yeah, kuningi very. But I could say, in the beginning, I think the house, or navigating the house, was very, very difficult for me and overwhelming. And I was doubting myself a lot in the first few weeks. And I would just ring the bell and ask Big Brother for a moment of silence, literally mostly every day. I think it's because of just, doubting myself. That's all. But those were one of my lowest moments. And I always wanted to go home. And yeah.
Was there a moment when you thought, Guti, you might not win the show?
Yes, there were many moments. Like I said, I would doubt myself a lot, especially in the beginning. But as I, continued by, I feel like I gained my strength again. Especially when I got a strike, I was like, has done. No, it's probably like, South Africa probably doesn't like me, It's also it's not my proudest moment getting a strike because I didn't want to go there again and get a strike, but I got, a strike and, but I made amends with the people that I've hurt. One of the people that I've hurt, and I gained my wings again, and I feel high. Yeah.
Yesterday you spoke to Sowetan and you said you wouldn't mind reconciliating Naila Page or Thandeka. We know with your rivalry with Thandeka became one of the biggest storylines of the season. Do you think the tension helped your game or made the house more difficult for you?
Yeah, it was really difficult to navigate that relationship because I'm one person that loves peace. I always tell my friends that I don't like beef and sana. Like there's this thing going on. So I'm just like, I ask them. There's so many things that, you have to reflect on and sit down with yourself. But at the end of the day, it's a reality show. At the end of the day, it was real feelings, real facts, real everything, I couldn't really fancy. So, if it was TV, then it was TV. That's all I can say, but it was real.
I want to know, Guti, from you, do you think Guti ubuya kwakho into the house kube ne advantage winning kwakho?
I don't know. Probably yes. And if so, thank you, God.
Yeah.
Thank you for this whole journey. Thank you for me coming in the first time. Thank you for me coming the second time because, just everything just makes sense and my legacy is set and complete, and that's all that matters.
Now that you won 2 million, I want to know, what's the first biggest thing you're planning to do with the prize money?
The first biggest thing I'm planning to do, I think I'll keep that in my own palette, but I'm definitely going to enjoy it with my family. And yeah, man, they deserve it.
Liema, looking back, is there anything you would have done differently in the house? Or when it was supposed to be that way?
Yes, definitely. There's absolutely nothing that I would change about everything in the season. I enjoyed myself so much. People are asking me about ups and downs, but all I can remember is the ups mostly.
Yeah.
It was really, really nice, built connections, and they made me strong, They made me really strong, my friends in the house, and also Big Brother. I feel very proud of myself, very, very proud.
Now that you won season 6, Big Brother #Bazozo, what's next for Liema? What can we expect from you?
Oh, everything, yeah. Everything is next for Liema. I'm even taking your job. I said that.
Really?
I am going to reach for the stars. Everything I touch will turn into gold, and only God knows what's the next step from here. But with all that being said, everything that I've written and all I ever wanted has come to fruition, and that's how it's going to continue.
Now, as we wrap up the interview, what message do you have for the fans, people who have been supporting you, lapage guma social media platforms? I'm talking about TikTok, because they were coming on our videos. Vote for Liema everywhere, they were supporting you. What is your message to them, guma supporters?
I just want to say thank you so much to people who voted for me. The marathon is finally over. We have conquered and arise and let the enemy scatter. And everything came to fruition. So I just want to say thank you so much. We have won, and that nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. So thank you so much.
No, thokozile ukukhulumisana nani nobabili. Thanks lapha ke ku Thandeka, thanks lapha ke ku Liema ukuthi bakhulumisane nathi elangeni namhlanje sisele sisonga. We wish you the best, guys. Ngitsho nina no 2.
Thank you so much.